You could be losing thousands of dollars this year and not even realize it. In 2025, new financial habits and hidden traps have quietly emerged, draining wealth from millions around the world. In this video, we're revealing the 7 biggest threats to your financial health, and more importantly, how to protect yourself from each one. If you want to thrive financially, like, share, subscribe, and stick around until the end, your bank account will thank you. 1. Inflated car insurance. Did you know that in 2024, the average cost of car insurance in the U.S. jumped by over 20%, outpacing even rent and food prices? This spike hit hardest in major cities like Miami, Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago, where premiums often soar above $2,500 per year. According to the Consumer Price Index, while rent went up about 6.2% and food by 5.4%, auto insurance became one of the most inflated expenses of the year. Many drivers were caught off guard, especially those who haven't reviewed their policy in years. Why is this happening? Rising accident rates, expensive repairs, inflation in parts, and the growing complexity of modern vehicles have all driven up costs for insurers, who are passing that burden on to you. And most people just pay the bill without asking questions. The cost? You could be throwing away $400 or more each year simply by not shopping around or adjusting your coverage based on how much you actually drive. Over 5 years, that's more than $2,000, money that could be growing through investments. What to do? Use comparison tools like the Zebra, Policy Genius, or even insurer websites to get at least 3 quotes. Many drivers cut 10% to 20% off their premiums just by doing a quick check, with no loss of coverage. If you drive less, like remote workers or those with a car sitting in a garage, consider raising your deductible. It lowers your premium, as long as you have an emergency fund to cover it. 2. Idle money losing value. With current inflation at 2.3% in the U.S., 3.9% in the U.K., and similar figures across the EU, keeping your money in a regular checking or savings account is like watching it lose value in slow motion. Even if you don't feel it day to day, that loss adds up and erodes your ability to reach financial goals. Let's look at the numbers. Traditional banks still offer less than 0.5% interest annually, well below inflation, meaning your money is shrinking in real terms. Meanwhile, digital banks like Ally, SoFi, Revolut, Chime, and others offer between 4% and 4.75% interest, with daily access and FDIC protection. Real-world example. Leaving $10,000 in an account with 0.5% interest earns just $50 a year. At 4.5%, that same amount earns $450. That's $400 more just by switching banks. Over 10 years with compound interest, the difference could exceed $5,000. Tip: look for high-yield savings accounts. They combine safety, liquidity, and returns that beat inflation. These accounts are FDIC insured or the equivalent in your country, offering the same protection as big banks, but with much better returns. 3. Emotional investing. The 2025 market landscape. Between February and April, the global market saw 3 sharp drops in a row, triggered by geopolitical tensions and trade disputes between the U.S. and China. The S&P 500 fell 6%, then 4%, then another 5% before recovering. A true emotional roller coaster for investors. What did many people do? They panic sold, fearing even bigger losses, forgetting that volatility is part of the investment journey. Worse, they locked in those losses. Prices bounced back just weeks later. Who lost? Those who sold in fear. Who won? Those who bought during the dip. Long-term investors who stayed calm. The lesson: volatility isn't an exception. It's the norm. Understanding this is key to building lasting wealth. Investors who treat downturns as temporary discounts are the ones who see gains over time. Real-world wisdom. Warren Buffett has said for decades, if you're not willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. This mindset helps protect you from emotional, headline-driven decisions. What to do: build a long-term, diversified strategy. Use dollar-cost averaging. Invest consistently, no matter what the market's doing. Stop checking the market daily. Focus on the 5, 10, 20-year horizon. That's how serious wealth is built. 4. Pandemic-era spending habits. During the pandemic, millions changed their spending patterns, fueled by stimulus checks and fewer day-to-day expenses like travel and commuting. In the U.S., each adult received up to $3,200 in direct government payments. Many used that money on luxury goods, gadgets, and expensive takeout. But 2025 is a different world. The stimulus is gone. Inflation is up, living costs are higher, and salaries haven't kept pace. Here's the reality. Credit card interest rates are at all-time highs, averaging 24% in the U.S., 34% in Brazil, and rising. Household debt is reaching levels that concern economists, especially revolving debt and impulse spending. A common mistake. Keeping your pandemic lifestyle, frequent takeout, upgrading phones unnecessarily, holding on to dozens of unused subscriptions. These small expenses add up to major waste by month's end. What to do? Reassess your financial reality. Adjust your spending to match today's economy. Spend consciously and direct part of your income toward building savings, paying off debt, and investing. Don't fall for the illusion that it's still 2021. Today calls for rebuilding and financial discipline. 5. Sports betting and online gambling. The sports betting industry has become a digital giant. Apps like FanDuel, DraftKings, Bet365, Stake, and others have exploded in popularity, especially among young adults and even first-time bettors. The ads are tempting. Sign-up bonuses, free bets, cashback offers. But here's the truth. The house always wins. Odds are designed to favor the platform, not the player. Even when you win, you're feeding a system where 90% of users lose in the long run. The numbers are concerning. In the U.S., over 50 million adults bet regularly. Behavioral addiction cases rose 32% from 2022 to 2024, with rising debt, depression, and even relationship breakdowns. The trap: you start with $10 for fun. Then you try to win back losses, raise the stakes, and suddenly you're dipping into your household budget. What to do? If you want to bet, do it responsibly. Set a strict monthly limit, like you would for a streaming service or a night out, and never treat it as income. Better yet, spend that time and money on productive hobbies, learning, or building real assets. 6. Unaffordable convenience. We live in the age of buy now, get in 10 minutes, but that speed comes with a steep price. Often, you're paying double for something you could get for half with a little extra effort. Classic example: ordering a burger through an app. Burger, $12. Delivery, $6. Service fee, $3. Tip for dollars. Total, $25 for a meal that would cost less than half if picked up in person. Now imagine doing this 3 times a week. That's $300 a month, or nearly $4,000 a year, wasted on convenience. Another growing danger: financing everyday items. From soft drinks to designer clothes. Buy now, pay later, create a false sense of affordability. The result? You're buried in debt for stuff you don't even remember buying. What to do? Before choosing convenience, ask yourself, can I afford this? Am I paying for comfort or just being lazy? Not all conveniences need to go, but they should be intentional and budgeted for. 7. Not investing in yourself. This is the most subtle and possibly the most damaging mistake. Not prioritizing your own personal and professional growth. Ironically, many people spend $100 on dinner or $500 on a weekend getaway without hesitation, but hesitate when it comes to investing that same amount in a course or a book. That's a costly mindset. Investing in knowledge is the only investment with guaranteed returns. It boosts your earning power, decision-making, and ability to spot opportunities. Real examples: learning about finance can save you thousands in fees and interest. Learning English or coding can triple your income. Developing soft skills can open doors in your career. What to do? Start with free resources: YouTube, podcasts, trusted blogs, public libraries. Then choose paid courses that directly support your goals, like finance, digital marketing, productivity, and more. You are your greatest asset, and investing in yourself always pays off. with interest. These 7 silent wealth killers are impacting millions in 2025, maybe even you, without noticing. But now, you know how to fight back and get ahead. Review your insurance. Make your money work for you. Stay calm when markets dip. Adjust your spending habits. Avoid disguised gambling traps. Cut back on overpriced conveniences. And above all, invest in yourself. Small changes today create massive results tomorrow. Like the video? Give a thumbs up. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. And subscribe for more content that will transform your financial life. And remember, your financial freedom journey starts now. Click the link in the description to download the free ebook pack with investing insights, mindset shifts, and strategies to grow your wealth.